Hello everyone, this is me, Dusty Circuit here. Welcome to another Kerbal Space Program video. And today we're going to be going to another destination in the Cacao system, this time around being the planet Suluco. Okay, so this is the Sunorc system, and this is where we've been the last couple episodes. Like, we went through... Basically went to Sarnus, went through the wormhole that's, or the wormhole that orbits Sarnus, and then we came out through this wormhole. And of course we landed on Sarah, or this planet here, and then landed on its moon, and then we decided to return home. This episode, I'd like to actually explore, well, not the moon, but this planet. Which, actually, well, of course, this is the planet Suluco, or I think it's Oculus if you spell it backwards. And, well... what's interesting about this planet is, it is a kerbin analog, but kind of if you look a bit closely at it, it's looks a little bit strange. Like you can see, I don't know if you can see with the cloud cover, but it's pretty much just a desert, like an endless desert on this side. And you can't really see what's on the dark side, but it's basically an endless frozen, like, it's just all ice on this side. And then like in this ring, you can just see like green, a bit of green land and water. And why that is Suluco is tidally locked to its parent star, that being Sunorc or Kronos. Like, basically, like this hemisphere always faces the star, and so basically you get this effect of this side just being scorched, and the other side basically being very cold. And well, and if this is a like a kerbin-like planet with water and plants, you really only have this ring that's called a habitable ring, which where liquid water and life can exist. Oh, and also it has this is the moon Tots, which is really just a small really quite a small asteroid. Is this one? Like, it's only about, I think it's only about 3-4 kilometers across. That's how small it is. And for this mission, I've decided gonna do something a little different. Like this here. So this here you may recognize as the plane that I sent to Sarah in the last couple videos. But this one is a little different. Well, I've replaced the nuclear engines with rapier engines and nerve engines. And well, my reason for this is Suluco actually has an atmosphere, just like kerbin's, like where it has oxygen. And so regular jet engines can work. And while I can just use nuclear jet engines and it would work just fine, I figured why not just kind of for the sake of making things more, making this series a bit more interesting, and I guess also showing off that normal jet engines work on Suluco. I figured we kind of use the rapier engines instead, and why I'm going with rapiers is there's this other feature of the rocket sound enhancement mod that I don't think well, I think you may have seen it in some of my rocket launches, but it also changes the sound of a lot of the engines in this game. But it doesn't really work for the modded engines, but it does the stock engines. And I just figured both for that reason, and because we're going to a planet actually with a breathable atmosphere, I figured why not we kind of make things, change things up to make them a little more interesting. And in my testing of this plane, I ended up just throwing these like these extra side-mounted rapiers just to give it a bit more thrust. Because I think I was a little afraid just these clusters might not be, just these clusters of 4 on each side might not be enough. I don't know if these outer ones are entirely necessary, but I just decided to throw them on just for good measure. And actually with, and also I figured I was able to make a change to this plane to where, it doesn't actually need, so in order to run, those drills, I don't actually need to, I thought I needed to use the stock radiators, but these, at least these wrapper radiators from Sterling, systems actually do that, like they fit the bill just fine. Oh, and also, these intakes, these air intakes are the same as with my other plane. And just I have decided to actually put a nuclear reactor in here just to give it more, just because I found that this doesn't quite have enough power to run the refinery, the fuel refinery with just these RTGs, so I just decided to put one of the nuclear reactors from Near Future Electrical in the middle of there. And also these 2 radiators provide the cooling for that, as well as for the refinery and the drills. Oh, and also I really, ever since I've installed, I think I just have one of the mods from Sterling Systems that just adds the radiators and the shields, but ever since I've been adding that, I decided actually to use these wrapper shields, I think they're called. They're actually really, I don't know if you've been watching my series, you might have noticed that that actually rather I've been kind of concerned about my cockpits overheating. Well, these heat shields are really actually quite nice because they can protect you from that. Oh, and I'm also for my fuselage. I'm using these. Like I'm using these. I think they're these aviation fuel tanks from Near Future Aeronautics because they're for easily. You can change like between liquid fuel or liquid fuel oxidizer, or if you don't want fuel in them at all. But other than that, it's largely the same plane I've used in the past episodes. I think we're ready to take off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, be careful not to hit the hit the tail. There we go. And we're just gonna do our pretty standard SSTO takeoff here and then get into orbit, and then I'm gonna launch the our interplanetary stage that's actually gonna get us to our destination. that actually happened automatically. I didn't press anything. Well, the engine switch, I mean. So we were on air breathing mode. Now we're on closed cycle mode. So we're burning a lot more fuel. As maybe you could probably tell the fuel levels going down faster, but we're on our way to space. Okay, we can lean off on the throttle now that our apoapsis is out above the atmosphere. Okay, we're just now circularizing. And now it's like that, we're in space. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to use up the last bit of oxidizer that I had, and of course now we're on our nerve engines. And I think now is about time we launch the interplanetary stage. Okay, this is just gonna be our interplanetary stage, and I've decided to make a few changes to it since the last video, I decided to actually go to these engines from Kerbal Atomics instead. I think these like the Liberators instead of the other one that I use, which is the Emancipator, because I actually found out that to actually refuel the enriched uranium, that uses a lot of ore. And literally just refueling those engines, I used, like, I'm not joking, I used up my entire asteroid. That whole asteroid that I docked my refueling station up to, it is now empty of resources thanks to me having to refuel those things. So even though these ones are a little bit less efficient, I feel like these will at least anyway be easier to keep up. And at least to kind of compensate for the inefficiency, I put more fuel tanks on this thing. And because we have a little bit too much, like this lift stage actually was a little too big for this thing, I decided to make it a little smaller. But even then, by the time this is in orbit, the center stage still isn't fully used up. I think we'll just go with this anyway. Okay, I really like how well I was able to time that dock with the sun passing behind Kerbin. So with that, I think we're ready to actually leave Kerbin now. Well, Slate isn't really in an ideal position for us to actually use it to gravity brake, so I'm gonna do yet another aero brake maneuver. Okay, I'm gonna quick save in case this goes wrong. Okay, had to... Well... Well, this thing is almost out of fuel, our interplanetary state, so I think I might want to ditch it. Or I don't know, maybe we might be able to leave it in orbit until we can refuel it again. Well, I am going to, guess I'll undock from this. And can make sure I'm controlling the space plane. And thus I'll rendezvous with that. Okay, so since this asteroid is depleted, I am going to just release. Just retract those. Okay. Now we're docked up. We're docked up to our plane. I guess I'll just locate another asteroid and just fly this thing over to it. Okay, we can finally refuel now. Okay, so from here I can either maybe we could try to rescue our interplanetary stage. Or I could just go straight to through the wormhole with just our plane alone. think we might as well just leave, well, like to maybe get the, I might want to adjust this, the orbit a little bit of this guy. Hey, I think it's time we disembark. Okay, there's our intersect with the wormhole. Oh, I didn't mean to time warp through it, but oh well. Okay, and it looks like, gonna end up on this orbit here in the, Sunorc system. Yeah, that's trying to correct the inclination. That was the wrong way. Yeah, we're just gonna fine tune it as we get closer. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little worried about our fuel situation now. I'm starting to realize maybe that wasn't such a smart idea to ditch the interplanetary stage, but oh, I guess we'll find out if we have enough fuel. Okay, we have enough fuel to capture at least. I don't know about landing. I'm hoping at least if we land, we can at least glide to the ground somewhere. Yeah, it just dawned on me, we actually need fuel to fly with an atmosphere, since we don't have nuclear jet engines on this plane. Okay, there's Suluco. Actually, looks quite beautiful with my visual mods. And I've landed here before, but I haven't landed here with the parallax continued, so I haven't seen what that looks like. Okay, don't have enough fuel to continue my capture, so I'm gonna quick save or quick load. Okay, we are now captured around Suluco. On orbit around it, I should say. This might be a bad idea, coming in the steep. But I want to see if maybe I can't actually slow down and maybe land someplace. Oh wow, I didn't even have to have cheats enabled to survive that. It's pretty cool. Now I just need to slow down and see if there's a place we can, around here we can land. And then we can refuel and, really we could do as much flying around here as we want to. As long as we can land to refuel somewhere. Okay, I say at least that phase of this landing was successful. It's expecting to burn up, but Seems like that we were fine. The clouds here are beautiful. I don't think I actually want to land here. I just wanted to like maybe see what this is like over here. So, given our fuel levels, and we might want to actually land somewhere soon. Yeah, I think we want to land somewhere pretty soon. Just depends wherever there's flat ground we can land on. Unfortunately, it's very hilly around here. I'm pretty sure that the trees have collision. Oh. Okay, I'm calling that a crash because you broke off part of her wing. Okay, I guess we'll try this again. Hey, stop. Stop. Okay, I guess I'm gonna call this a successful landing on Suluco. A very interesting planet indeed. Okay, I am just gonna quick save here before I, like, break a wingtip off or do something stupid. Okay. And I guess we can do a bit of science while we're here. If you want to read this, feel free to pause. Yeah, this planet actually has a lot of different biomes to it. So I might, maybe next episode, I think we'll just do a bit of exploring, just kind of fly around Suluco, and maybe like just try to land in each of the different areas. I think it would be make a pretty cool video. But I guess this might be. I think this is a good. I think it's a good time to end the video here. But I don't know. I guess maybe we'll do a bit of a time lapse to see or see how the clouds change. Yeah, and it's also snowing. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. This has been me, Dusty Circuit, here with another Kerbal Space Program video. If you liked what you saw, remember to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you want to see my next video, be sure to hit the bell for notifications. Peace out. Bye.